instance, they talk about my YouTube channel. Okay? You can put my name in right now and pull it up.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is this.
Because he was recording all this stuff.
You in here flooding this water. It ain't no good look.
I can't even get back in there.
Okay, but listen, I forget all that. That's what I'm saying. I ain't here to argue with you.
Yeah,
I'm just saying what people would see. People would see, hold on. People would see me leave and lock up. People would see me.
When I leave, I ain't even
I'm not saying, all I'm saying is, you listen. Ain't no police stupid, ain't no judge stupid. All they gonna see is me leave. Okay? I come back, the door back open, you in the backyard.
Pulling my
all the water is on in the house.
Pulling my grill out the backyard. I can't get in the house.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into another wild story straight out of the Section 8 housing crisis. A landlord walks into one of his units only to find the place flooded and the tenant standing right there trying to explain what happened. This guy's clearly frustrated, and honestly, who can blame him? He left the property fine, came back, and it's underwater, and you can hear it in his tone. This isn't just about water damage. It's about how landlords and tenants are both losing trust, both struggling, both afraid of being blamed for something they can't control. This is what happens when the Section 8 system breaks down. Poor communication, no accountability, and properties ending up in disaster. It's not just a broken pipe, it's a broken system. Let me ask you this. When both sides are struggling just to survive, who's really to blame? The people or the program itself? But anyway, let's move on to the video.
Okay, so it's on the CNN News. So the month of November, they told all the southern states to hold back Section 8 and their EBT benefits, okay? So that means that no Thanksgiving and no Christmas, okay? So therefore, you know what? Whoop-de-doo, okay? Whoop-de-doo. Because let me tell you something, American people. It was only supposed to have been a temporary thing, okay? I'm hearing people all up on this internet here talking about what they're gonna do. They was getting $4,200 a month. Oh, what they was gonna do. They was getting $1,200 a month in food stamps. But they all on iPhones. You're on iPhones, you're on Android. That's a luxury, okay? To the government, that's a luxury, okay? To the government, you're not supposed to have cable, okay? To the government, there's a lot of things that was not prioritized right on Section 8, because Section 8, was supposed to be on it for 20 years, okay? To get food stamps, was supposed to get food stamps for 17 years. I hear one lady said that she had one child starting on it, but she got 6. How did you do that? Okay, I can understand maybe 1 or 2, the second one slipped out, but you had another 4 more. So my thing is, you don't get no sympathy for people like that, because my thing is, then I hear a lady that was in a wheelchair and she's sympathetic, but then she got 8 children. How you do that? How you lay down in the bedroom and you get 8 children and you're in a wheelchair? I don't understand. So my thing is, it was only supposed to be temporary, okay? So what you got to do, okay, because back in the days, we didn't have no Hot Pockets. Back in the days, we didn't have all this extra foolishness, juices up on the refrigerator, all kinds of cereals. Okay, you got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to oatmeal and you got to go back to cornflakes, okay? Rice and chicken never gets old, okay? You're going to have to go back to cinnamon sugar on buttered toast. You got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to evaporated milk and sugar. That's your milk right there, honey, and put some little sweetener in it. And that's what you got to go back to. You got to go back to the basics. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That never gets old, okay? You got to go back to Spam sandwiches. You got to go back to liverwurst, and you got to go back to those type of meats and stuff by the bulk, okay? Sardines and cans never get old, and crackers. You've got to go back to the basics, okay?
This one right here perfectly captures how divided America's become over this issue. She's saying what a lot of working class folks are thinking but don't say out loud. People working 40, 50 hours a week, paying taxes, cutting corners just to survive while watching others stay on the same government programs for decades. And when benefits like SNAP and Section 8 start getting cut or delayed, those same taxpayers are the ones being asked to understand. But here's the thing, the system failed everyone. The working class feels robbed because their paychecks don't stretch, and low-income families feel punished for depending on the safety net that was supposed to protect them. And what she's calling going back to basics? When an entire generation starts romanticizing powdered milk and Spam, it's a sign that the American dream has been priced out of reach. But I want to know what you think. Is this anger misplaced, or is it finally time we start talking about what fair actually means in America?
Guess now, since all the funding and all that's being cut for Section 8 and food stamps and people are trying to get rid of it, I'm going to have to say goodbye to my 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. That means I won't get to hang out in my jacuzzi instead of going to work. And I only pay $300 a month for this place. Y'all know how ridiculous that is, that I'm going to have to go get a job and I won't be able to rely on Section 8 to live in my little mansion I got going on over here? Y'all need to figure it out, because this ain't gonna work for me.
I guess Trump signed an executive order to stop Section 8 housing. I know a lot of people are about to be mad about this one, but it's not anything that I'm doing, so don't be mad at me. Don't be hating on my page. But President Trump signed an executive order to stop Section 8 housing because he believes that more people are able to work that try to live off the government. And I'm very curious to hear what TikTok has to say about this one, but I've been seeing the videos all day, and a lot of the comments are like, that's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, unfortunately, like, it's tax dollars. That's actually what's paying for Section 8 housing. So, yeah, just wanted to put the word out there, let you guys hear about it. And like I said, very curious to hear what you guys have to say about this. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like disabled people, like, they definitely need help. And I'm a very helping person. I would help anybody any day of the week. But, you know, this is one of those things. It just got signed. So, yeah.
If what he's saying checks out, this isn't just some small policy tweak. This is a direct hit to millions of families who depend on Section 8 just to have a roof over their heads. Now look, I get it. There are people out there who take advantage of the system. You don't fix fraud by pulling the floor out from everyone, especially seniors, disabled folks, and single parents who are already one missed paycheck away from sleeping in their car. When politicians say people should just work, they're ignoring the fact that rents have doubled, wages haven't moved in decades, and full-time jobs don't even guarantee stability anymore. So yeah, this is going to be messy. Angry people on both sides. But beneath all the noise, one question remains. If you kill Section 8 overnight, where exactly do you expect millions of Americans to go?
So because of that video I made of my family of 7 living in a 2-bedroom apartment and me only paying $50, somebody on here was so miserable to go report me that now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days. So now I need a lawyer. Thanks to y'all taxpayers that are so mad that you're paying my $50 in rent for my 2-bedroom apartment for a family of 7. I don't know how y'all even found out where I live. It's a 10-story apartment building. Y'all found out where I live. Y'all contacted the housing people. I don't know what you said to them, but now me and my family's getting evicted and we're gonna be on the streets. So thanks a lot.
Hey, we got people losing their SNAP benefits, their EBT, all this stuff. Listen, what do I think about it? Everybody else has shared their opinion. I think overall it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. Now, there are people who need it, and there's people that I wish did not lose it. There's people that I feel are in dire need of those services. But because of the 85 to 90% of you mofos who have taken advantage of it and lived off it and have become entitled to it, you have ruined it for the percentage, the small percentage of people who do truly need it. Nobody should be living generations and generations on government assistance. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. When I see the videos of the people who are saying they're going to just go rob Walmarts and they're going to go rob the stores and F it all, you are so entitled. Instead of robbing stores, go get a job like the rest of us. When I see the videos of the gals on there and they've got their $1,500 iPhones and they get their nails done and their lashes done and then they live in Section 8 and they take food stamps and they do those little ha-ha videos like in your face. You don't have to make those videos. It's in our face every time we get a paycheck and I look at how much taxes are coming out of my check. I am already paying for your nails. I'm paying for your phone. Every working American is. So it's in our face every 2 weeks. You don't have to make a special video to do that. In all the years that I struggled, and I struggled like a mofo. I never received any of that.
This right here is exactly why the whole conversation around SNAP and Section 8 is so divided right now. A lot of working-class Americans feel the same way. They're tired of watching taxes go up while they feel like they're barely hanging on, and then seeing videos online of people showing off the benefits like trophies. But here's the thing, the anger's being aimed at the wrong people. Yeah, there's abuse in the system, no question. But for every person scamming it, there are 10 families just trying to survive. Seniors, single moms, veterans, people who actually need it to stay off the streets, tighten the rules, hold people accountable, sure. But don't burn the whole thing down and act like everyone's lazy. Because when rent keeps rising, wages stay frozen, and groceries cost double, just get a job doesn't mean what it used to. What do you think? Should the government rebuild these programs with stricter rules? Or are cuts the only way to stop abuse?
Here is the latest update on the Section 8 2-year time limit proposal and how it is being affected by the government, who's really literally dragging their feet. The deadline is September 30th. Let's get into it. So what's happening right now? Congress has not passed the FY 2026 budget yet, and the government is still on track to shut down at midnight September 30th unless the deal is reached. The Trump administration's for FY 2026 budget proposal includes a 2-year time limit on Section 8 and other federal housing programs for able-bodied adults. Elderly and disabled tenants would be exempt. This proposal is not yet a law. It's part of the budget bill that still needs to be passed by Congress. What the proposal will do, if passed: cap Section 8 assistance at 2 years for most adults, replace federal vouchers with state block grants, giving states control over rental assistance programs. I'm going to say that again. Replace federal vouchers with state-run block grants, giving states control over rental assistance programs. Impose work requirements, which we know 20 plus hours a week for able-bodied adults under 62. Demand citizenship verification from all public housing authorities, which we know that is happening now, which that's going to wrap up. And what's going to be the impacts of the government shutdown? If Congress doesn't pass the budget or continue with a resolution, HUD will operate with a skeleton staff. New Section 8 applications, renewals, and funding could be delayed or paused. Expiring contracts like PBRA and HAP agreements may not be renewed if the shutdown lasts more than 30 years. So if you're in the shelter and you're getting a Section 8 voucher, or you got called off the waiting list, or you have a transfer, anything that you have to do from a Section 8 perspective is going to be paused and nothing is going to be done. So it is insane. They're really trying to kick people off Section 8 after 2 years, even if they're working and they still can't afford rent. Trump's budget wants states to decide who gets help housing the most states. And most states don't care about poor people. Let's face it, most states do not care about poor people. It's just really, really ridiculous. And I hope that you guys take this seriously. That's why I say, like, pay your portion, don't fuck up. Section 8 is a blessing. You know, if Congress don't act by September 30th, HUD shuts down. No renewals, no vouchers. Serious.
If this Section 8 2-year time limit actually passes, it's not just a policy tweak, it's a full reset on how housing help works in America. Think about it. After 2 years, even people who are working but still can't afford rent could lose their homes. And that's not because they're lazy, it's because rent prices have exploded while wages have barely moved. The government shutdown just makes it worse. No renewals, no vouchers, no new applications processed. People could literally be sitting in shelters waiting for help that never comes. So here's what I want to know. Do you think time limits like this motivate people, or just punish families who are already doing their best to survive? And that's going to wrap it up for today. Policies like this sound good in headlines, but when the help disappears, real people pay the price. If this story hit you, you're not alone. Millions could be affected. There's another video on screen that breaks down exactly how these changes might reshape housing across America.